What's happening, YouTube? Rod J here to take a look at another beer. Going to take a look at one. This is another one from Local Option Beer Worker out of Chicago, Illinois. This is their Blood of the Kings. Another one that I have not had in the past. This is considered to be an American Pale Wheat Ale. Comes in at an ABV of 6%. Tells you in the bottle this ale is brewed with only the finest ingredients of malt, hops, yeast, water, time, and temperature. So again, kind of hitting on the other points of the other beer I had previously. Does mention on the bottle also, this one was brewed and bottled by Pub Dog Brewing, Cape, Westminster, Maryland. So maybe some type of collaboration they have with them as well. But again, this is the Blood of the Kings. Again, some pretty cool artwork that they put on their bottles that you can see there. Oops, trying to get it straight for you. There you go. So yeah, let's go ahead and get it open and get it into the glass. Now on this one here, I'm actually using a tulip type glass. They say the best one to use is one of the Weizen glasses or shaker glass. So I think this one is actually fine in itself. Nice 3-finger head comes out of the glass. The color of the head, tan beige, seems to have a little bit of rockiness to it. Some tight bubbles compacted in there in the head itself. The color, deep golden, I want to say late sunset burned orange type color. When you put it to the light, take it away from the light, and it's just that dark brown orange type color. Can't see too much through it. A lot of chill haze, cloudiness there. See a little bit of carbonation. I don't know if you can see any there. Probably not because of how cloudy it is, but I can see a few bubbles taking place action-wise inside. Not as much though due to the cloudiness. Go ahead and get an aroma. On this, get the kind of the caramel coming off from the malts. Seems to be very more malt forward, which on the pale wheat ale, you expect to get some of that sweetness, but you should have some of that hops backing it up too. Not really picking up too much of the hops action in that regard. Mostly caramel sweetness, maybe a little bit of a honey type sweetness. Maybe like a hint of that pine that you'd expect to have on the pale wheat ale on the back end, but not too much. Definitely more to the malts than to the hops. Let's go ahead and get a taste. Now, it doesn't give you the IBUs on the bottle, and I didn't see it online, but the carbonation on this one is really ramped up. First thing that hits you is kind of that over-carbonation of the beer itself. It should be a little more dialed back. On that taste, you do get a dry, somewhat texture. The beer itself is pretty medium-bodied. You catch a little bit of that pine-type taste on the back end, which makes you think, well, maybe there is a little bit of the paleness in this one to make it like a pale wheat ale, but it's not a good amount. Let's say it's not a strong amount of it. Almost with the aftertaste, it's almost kind of comes across almost like a seltzer aftertaste. Not totally seltzer water, but it almost has that kind of feel because of that carbonation being so strong. On the appearance, I do have some of the lacing taking place, which is always good to show on a beer of good quality. But as far as everything else on the taste, it's there. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. It's much less more of an average type beer. On this one, Rate Beer actually has it rated as a 69 overall and a 90 for style. Beer Advocate was a little more generous. They gave it an 82 for good. I think this one, for me, is more of a C type beer. I think it's okay, but it's not anything that I would go to hunt down or want to try to check out again or go out of the way to try to get. It's just there as far as what the way some of the beers are out there now in the marketplace, this one doesn't really stand up as well versus a lot of them that I can see. Yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired on this one. It's enough that you can go ahead, you can finish it. It's gonna be a nice beer you can cut with some cheese as well too, which I may do here in a little bit. But as a standalone beer, I don't find it as all that great. It's just pretty much average to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a C. If you've had this one before, let me know what you thought of it. Blood of the Kings from Local Option out of Chicago. Put some comments in the comment section. And if you like the video, as always, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to speed going forward. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and finish drinking this beer. Appreciate you swinging by. Glad you checked out another video. Hope to see you again here on the next one. Cheers. See you next time.